We're going to take a look at the carbon 338 today. Down here are your propane tanks. Regulators in the middle. When that dial is red, that means there's no gas in the line. If it turns green, then there is gas in the line. To switch between the two tanks, just twist this black knob on the top to point to whatever tank you want to use. And then again, left is open, right is closed to open that gas supply up. Generator prep area is right here. Your docking light switches are right there for those front cap lights that turn them on and off. And then on the side here is the area where your battery will go. The battery will be charging whenever your unit is plugged in or whenever your 7-way is attached to your tow vehicle. In here is the water bay. Down here we have your tank pulls for your holding tanks for the gray and the black. When they're pulled open like this, the tanks are open. Push them in and that'll close them. For getting your water going, you're going to hook into your city fill right here. And then if you want to fill the fresh tank, you'll twist this knob down to fill, turn the water on, and you can watch from the inside. There's tank monitors in there, so you can see how full that tank is getting. Once it's full, turn the water off, and then you'll use your water pump to pump from that tank to run water to your faucets. If you want to run water directly, say the campground has a spigot there at your site, you'll put this to normal flow. Use the same connection, turn the water on, and that'll run water directly to your faucets. You do have a black tank flush right here. When you're draining your black tank out, which is the holding tank for your toilet, you can hook a hose into here and that's going to shoot water into your black tank to help rinse it out. These two are your low point drains. You're going to use those for winterizing, and you have your winterizing inlet right there. To use this, you're going to turn this knob to winterize on. That changes where your water pump draws from. So it's going to be drawing from this end. So you just take a hose, plug it into here, and then run it to a jug of antifreeze. Have this in the winterizing position, turn the pump on, and it'll pump straight from that jug so you can run antifreeze to your faucets and through your water lines. Once that antifreeze is going through all your water lines and down all your drains, the last thing you're going to do is open these low points up until it's completely pink coming out on the floor there. Once it's completely pink, then you know you've got antifreeze throughout the whole system, and then you'll just close those back off, turn the pump off, and you're all winterized. But for normal usage, if you're just using water from your water tank, make sure the winterize is in the off position so that the water pump is actually drawing from your fresh tank. You have a battery disconnect right here. When you can't pull it out, it means the battery's on. If you give it a flip, then you can pull it out and your batteries are off. Up there you got a little area for our outside shower. You'll plug it into here, hot and cold. And then you also have an area for the Zamp solar kit if you want to have an extra solar panel plugged in there. This is your water heater right here. This is tankless, so it doesn't matter if you get antifreeze in here at all. To turn this on, there's a switch right here. This switch turns on the panel inside that controls if the water heater is on or off. And you can also change the temperature up and down. So if you want that panel to be active, you have to flip this switch to the on position. Then you'll be able to see your temperatures and everything on that panel inside, which I'll show you later. There is a pressure relief valve here. If you need to let any pressure off, you just pull, and then that will come out of this little hose. All this area is meant to get wet, so it's fine if there's water pooled up in there. This is an exhaust vent, so make sure not to block that with anything. Same thing with these exhaust vents. For your furnace, they do get hot, so don't touch them if you're running your furnace. You have the slide out. Right now it is closed. Down here is the sewer exit. That's where the gray and black tanker is going to come out. There is also a secondary gray pole for your kitchen sink. That's tucked right up underneath your frame there. Again, pull it to open it, push it to close it. Tires will be filled, lug nuts will be checked when you're leaving. Then you have your fridge access. If you ever need to get to the back of your fridge, take those clips, twist them, and then you can pull those panels up and out if you wanted to do maintenance yourself. The secondary drain back here is going to be for your washer dryer hookups. Doesn't have washer dryer hooked up to it yet. That is an option. If you'd like to exercise that, you can speak to your salesman. There is a metal vent there. You can open that up from your garage. And then your fuel hose is going to be in this, so you can fill, say, a side-by-side up you just turn your fuel pump on from here, and then you take that hose and you can fill up your side-by-side or ATV, something like that. That fuel fill is going to be in there as well. Yeah, we'll walk around. The ladders are 250 pounds capacity. Your unit's going to plug in right here. It is 50 amp. You just line up the metal collar on your cord with the metal collar and the plug, and should get it every time. Then we got your big garage door back here. You want to fold that down. You're just going to lift up here, pop that out, fold it. The door is kind of heavy, so if you have two people, I do too, but I'm going to do it by myself. So we got that all folded down now. So you can see it folded down. I'll show you how to set up the patio when we get there. You have another side vent there. These steps, these are just the flop over ones that fold up underneath that frame area there. You have your mini fridge outside here. Other side, here we go. This will run when your unit is plugged in. No temperature adjustment, it's just on one solid temperature, so when this fridge is plugged in and your unit's plugged in, it'll be on. You have an area to hook up a TV out here as well. Outside speakers. And you have this little pull-out drawer. Got a power cord, extra carpet. And then in here is your hydraulic reservoir for your leveling jacks. Just make sure that there's no leaks in here. That's the maintenance you gotta perform, really. Other than that, not much. Just make sure that these fittings are tight if you see a leak. And then make sure that you obviously have enough fluid in there. We'll head on inside. We'll go over the leveling jacks later on because I don't have a battery in here yet, so we can't run them. I did forget to mention down there, that little white PVC pipe is your fresh tank drain. It's sort of the same as your black and gray tank drains. It's just a pull valve. So it's in the open position right now, and you just push it in and that will close it to stop any of that water from draining out there. It is a quick drain, so 30 seconds that whole tank will be empty. So if you are filling it, just make sure that that's closed, otherwise you're not going to get any water. As we walk in, down here is going to be your panel for running your slide outs in and out. So we have this one right here. We're going to run that one out. That's slide number 2. You can see it start to move. That's all the way out. Other things on this panel, you have your awning extend and retract, so why not run it out for you? See it moving there through the window. There it goes. Can't get it all the way out, otherwise I'm going to hit the unit next to us, but you can see that it's working. Alrighty, other things on here, your other slide out, which is that wardrobe slide in the front, so we're going to run that one out as well. All the way out. And then to the left here you have your interior light, which is the main ceiling in here. The porch light, which is your light on the outside. Your water pump switch is which is what you're going to turn on to draw water from your fresh tank, or if you're using that winterizing function, you'll just flip that on. Then you have your tank level indicators here. So as you're filling your fresh tank, you can watch how full it is from here. That red light will go up to the full area when it's full. Battery always going to read full when the unit is plugged in. So if you want an accurate reading, unplug the unit. Obviously there's not even a battery on here, so you can tell that when it's plugged in, it's just always going to read full. Black 2, you don't have a second black. It's just showing that there is a second gray 1 and then gray 2. Fuel gauge, and then gen start stop if you were to get that generator installed. Breakers and fuses are in this panel below. Everything's labeled already, so you know what each one does. Just make sure you take extra fuses with you just in case. Okay, on your couch there are these little secret cup holders. You also have heat massage on those as well. Light switch on the wall. Take a look at your fridge. On and off is right here. This is a gas electric fridge, so if you want to use gas, I would just leave it on auto personally. So you have LP, which is just gas, auto, which is going to check for electric current first. If it doesn't find one, it'll automatically switch over to gas. So that's the one that I would use. So it's searching right now, finds AC, which is the power since we're plugged in, and it'll run on that. And then temperature labeled here, one's coldest, one's cold, 9 is the coldest. And that does fridge and freezer. Well, we'll turn that off since no food in there. Your keys are on their sink right here. These black keys will be for your doors and compartments. You have your burners here. This little switch is going to turn your panel light on. Down on the switch will turn the panel and your oven light on. For travel, just make sure the glass is folded down. Spark these, you just push in, open, and then ignite. Pretty easy. Do that for all 3 burners, and the same thing for the oven. You also have a fan on here, a little light, microwaves, self-explanatory, open, start, all your settings. We have your packet right here. This will have warranty information, user manuals, those will all be tucked in there. You got your remotes in here for your TV and for your radio right there. So going over the radio, when you turn it on, it's basically just like a regular radio, but then you have these A, B, and C. Those are your speaker zones. So A would be the speakers in the front, B would be the speakers in the back, and then C will be the speakers outside. You just tap them to turn them off or tap them to turn them on, so you can have them all at the same time or you can have them all on separately. Source changer, tuner, does have a DVD player in there as well. We'll take a walk up here. So here is that panel I was talking about for the water heater. When you flip that switch outside, turns this on. So that would be turning it off, that would be turning it on. Temperature up and down, switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit. There's no water in the system right now, so I'm gonna make sure that that's off. Don't wanna be heating up that water heater with nothing in it. Above that, you're gonna have your thermostat. This bottom bar here is going to flip through your different modes. So you have just the fan, air conditioning, and then furnace, and then back to off. So we'll run that air conditioner just to show you that it is working. There's no gas in this unit right now, so I can't show you the furnace. We'll turn the AC on. Not sure if you can hear it, but there it goes. And then when we want to turn it off, we'll just flip back to that off page and it'll shut down. This is internet upgradable with the WineGuard gateway, which basically means you can just plug a router into here, plug a SIM into it, and you'll have internet. In the bathroom here, pedal flush toilet, light switches are on the wall. For travel, make sure that your shower glass doors are latched in place, like so. Keep messing it up. There we go. Some storage in there. Storage behind your mirror. Go look in the bedroom. So you have your bed. Wireless charger is right there. Then you have your AC control for this air conditioner in your bedroom. It's the same thing as the other one. Bottom bar to flip through your different modes. AC is going to come out of the ceiling, and if you were running the heat, it's going to come out of the floor vents, sort of like that. Otherwise, there'll be little floor grates. We have your bed lifts up, I believe. If I'm wrong, I might be wrong. Oh, there we go. So you got your table in there. I'm gonna have a table set up. Another wireless charger over there, and then just some storage. Exit windows. Pop it, push it out all the way if you want to escape, and then pull the red tab to pop the screen out. We'll walk back to the garage area now. Here is the max air fan control. For the fan that's above that bed, you'll just press the on switch. That opens it up and turns it on. Then you have your electric bed up switch, up and down for running the beds. Up or down. And then you have your lights for in here. Rear awning extension is the awning that goes over the back of your patio, so I'll run that out for you. Show you that one's working as well. So if we walk back here, you can see it's coming out. Alrighty. Show you how to set up the patio. So you have it all folded up like this. So you're just gonna kind of walk towards it, pick it up, roll it out. Get both of these sides rolled out. And then you can see these little metal feet down here are going to clip into these clips on the side of the patio. You just slide them in there. They lock in place. Same thing for this one. Locks in. Do the same thing on the other side. Locked in. Locked in. And we'll swing this door right here and flip the latch down. And then you have your patio area set up. You have your sliding doors here. Slide them to the middle as such. For these vent latches inside of the garage area, all you do is just pinch them and then you can twist them and then that pops it open. So now I have these folded down. To fold them, all you have to do is just pick up here and they flop open like that. Then you do that same thing to fold them down like that. We're just gonna hold the bed up switch so we can see these rise up there. If you wanna lock these in the folded position, you just push that plastic piece in and that'll lock it in. You're gonna leave the little diagram there. And for lowering the bed up there, on each corner there's going to be a pin. Once we have this couch lifted all the way up, we're going to be able to remove those pins and then that bed will rest on the couch itself. That way when you pull the pins, the bed doesn't fall. So you see this pin right here. There's one on every corner. You just pull it out now that this is all the way up. And then when you run it back down, that bed will come down with the chairs. That way you can actually use it. Hopefully that makes sense. You have your extra steps in here. Those clip into the back of your patio if you wanted to have a back access. You also have your carpet, which will fold out onto here if you just wanted to use this as a carpeted area. And then you also have the ladder back here for accessing the top bed because it is a little tall even when it's all the way down. You can also use that ladder to access the loft up here. Going over your leveling panel, to turn it on, you're going to press the power button. To raise the front, you're going to press front. To lower the front, you're going to press retract and then front. Basically, once you're off your truck, you're just going to press auto level. That's going to run all your jacks down, level the unit out. Takes 5-ish minutes. Once it's all leveled out, and then you're all good to run your slides out and everything. When you're ready to leave, you're going to press up on this up arrow. It's going to take you to a different function. You have auto hitch. What auto hitch is going to do is going to take you back to the last place it was before you pressed auto level. So basically when you're done camping and you've run your slide outs in, you're just going to go to auto hitch, hit enter. That's going to begin the function and it is going to bring the jacks back to where they were when you got off of your truck theoretically. So it should be within a couple inches of where you got off your truck so you can just back right into it and get going. But once you're back on your truck, then you're going to go to the auto retract function and that's going to bring all of the jacks up so that you can drive away. Again, if you just needed to do a little bit of adjustment, if that hitch height wasn't right where it needed to be, you can just hit retract front to bring the front down or just press the front to bring it up.